Hello and welcome to another anime lore and theory video. I'm Shergog, your host, and today we are going to take a closer look at what the NPCs of the Great Tomb of Nezarec think about the Outsiders. But before we're going to take a closer look at any of this, let me quickly thank my Patreons for supporting this channel, and say my thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function for making one-time donations. And with that said, let's get to the topic at hand. And I think we will begin with a perspective that we wouldn't expect at all, namely the feeling of insane fear and the sense of dread. It might sound strange that even members of the player-killer guild of Ainz, and specifically the NPCs who are willing to give their lives for the players, feel this way. But there are also the homunculi mates of the Great Tomb of Nezarec, namely the 41 regular level 1 mates who live in the Great Tomb and keep it clean and pristine through their hard work. And as mentioned in one of my last videos, they too have memories of their time in Yggdrasil Online. Not just any memories, but also memories of the Great Raid, where over 1,500 players, NPCs, and mercenary monsters attacked and invaded the Great Tomb of Nezarec. They broke through the first levels, seemingly effortlessly. They broke through the first floor seemingly effortlessly, and then even overcame the amphitheater on the 6th floor, even though it was a killing zone, surrounded by golems. And they also broke to the 7th floor, ruled by Demiurge. Only on the 8th floor, where the majority of Nezarec's force, including Victim and Rubedo, are stationed, was the advance of the troops finally halted. Then, the entire might of Ainz crashed into this player horde in a truly titanic battle involving hundreds of players and NPCs. And, at least according to the web novel, apparently Ainz also unleashed his own word item in this massive fight. And just one story, one level, one floor below, the mates lived and listened to all of this. The battle cries, the screams of players before being roasted by Ainz call greater thunder spells, before being paralyzed by Victim, or smashed to pieces by Rubedo. This experience lingers to this very day, and has installed in them a certain fear of the outside world. It's also worth mentioning that this fear is justified, because the new world is immensely dangerous for a level 1 mate. Even many human warriors would be stronger than the 41 mates. However, in the presence of Ainz, this fear is suited, and their concern is directed towards the Overlord, rather than themselves. Moving on to the complete opposite of fear, namely a slightly misplaced sadistic joy. Lupusregina Beta, the smiling sadist, saw the outside world not as something evil or dangerous, but rather viewed the world in general and the village of Khan in particular as a playground. She could revel in her pleasures while causing chaos, finding joy when, for example, she could embarrass Henry, or when she could torture the crown prince of the Kingdom of Riestais for half an hour, repeatedly bringing him to the brink of death, only to heal him again. All of this filled her with great pleasure, to the point that Yuri Alpha asked, "What's wrong with her?" And the whole thing went so far that Ainz had to admonish her to take her job more serious. And Sheltier had a similar attitude. She thoroughly enjoyed instilling fear and terror in the humans of the Riestais Kingdom, particularly those in the service of the death-spreading brigade. The image here is her, by the way. Sheltier making her way into a room filled of scared and frightened victims. However, her excitement and bloodlust, or rather blood frenzy, led to people escaping because she overlooked an exit, ultimately leading to the confrontation with and mind controlled by the Black Scripture, something Sheltier doesn't want to repeat. Since then, she also takes her role very seriously, wanting to prove to Ainz how useful she truly is. This is why she fought against the Quagoa a bit over-enthusiastically, much to the shock of Periuru. Albedo, on the other hand, thinks, as does Nabral Gamma by the way, that all outsiders, meaning everyone who does not belong to the Grey Tomb, are essentially trash. And Nabral Gamma explicitly told Ainz that she considers humans in particular as garbage and scum. The only positive thing she ever said about a human was that one struck by lightning smelled quite delicious, and that Entoma would also like it, because she also referred to humans frequently as maggots and bugs and other demeaning insect names, and Entoma, as the queen of insects, is a predator for her own kind. And thus, she might like the smell of a burnt insect or a burnt human. Again, really clever reference to Entoma's whole character made in the second novel. But back to topic. Albedo, however, felt even more disgusted and abhorred than Nabral when she was touched by Philip. She even loudly complained to the Eight Fingers that this disgusting fool, this puppet, touched her, something that terrified Hilma to no end. And the Demiurge goes even a step further. While Albedo merely despises and wants to see the outsiders dead and disposed of, Demiurge finds great joy in happy farming them. He delights in the suffering of his victims, and he has many victims. It visibly pleases him when we are not having pleasure. And no experiment is too cruel or immoral for him to not be repeated a dozen times, always with a smile on his face to obtain enough data. And of course, don't even mention the topic of scroll production. However, both Demiurge and Albedo do not harbor absolute disdain for the inhabitants of the New World. Demiurge and Albedo were even impressed by Renna, even though she was a human, until the end of Volume 14. But she was, as they put it, seen and acknowledged as a heteromorph in spirit, and someone worthy of assisting the Great Tomb of Nazarick. Both found her razor-sharp intellect and her self-centered ruthlessness, her pursuit of her own goals, simply fantastic. But not everyone sees the New World as a mix of a slaughterhouse and a happy farm. Yuri Alpha genuinely wants to take care of the education of the children of the New World, or rather the Sorcerer Kingdom. And again, this is in line with the mindset of her creator Yamaiko, who was a teacher. And even Albedo's older sister, Nigredo, took care of infants and was ready to defy the direct orders of her superior, and indirectly those of Ainz to protect the kids from Demiurge's wrath, saving them together with Pestonia from otherwise certain death. And Sebastian similarly defied orders in order to protect and restore the health of a poor farm girl who had suffered much. He practically gave her a second life, and Tuar is thankful for Sebastian to this very day. And of course, Shizu Delta likes Nea Baraya a lot. She sees Nea as a friend, gives her gifts, drinks milkshakes with her, and provides head pets for her. So again, while the majority of the Great Tomb is not on good terms with the outside world, there are some NPCs who genuinely put an effort into helping and living together with them peacefully. And finally, Ainz sees the New World as a true jewel with untouched nature, clean air, and a starry sky unobscured by smog. All of this fills him with a sense of happiness, and he has embraced the New World in his heart, vowing that he won't let it rot like the Old World did, not letting it become a polluted hellhole. However, from his own statements, Demiurge drew the wrong conclusions, leading to the plan to seize world domination. Something Ainz will go and found only out 7 volumes later. And with that said, now it's your turn. Do you want to add something to the video, or just state your opinion? Please, in any way, let me see it down in the comment section. And while you type, I say thank you very much for watching, and special thanks to Arder Daddy Arder, ASK, Bad Guy Ye, Bad Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Dragonlord Placido Saxophone, Duckwagon, Dunkler Krieger, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feral Shivan, Guy with That Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Lee K. Long, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Loverazor, Mervek, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, oh hell no, Normal Toad, O'Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pantum, Personage, Primus 11, Rhinomere, Q&A Carcos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rag Edsmasher, T.E. Wang, Vashor Guy, Vegito 27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, Xenokai, and Zonagon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon on my next video.